This is week 2 of my whole foods diet experiment, and today I'm walking you through my entire daily routine. At least is what I do on a Friday, from the moment that I wake up at 4 a.m. to when I go to bed around 10 p.m. You're going to see exactly what it looks like to eliminate all processed foods out of my diet while hitting specific macro targets, managing work, training, family time, and making homemade Whole30 pizza that actually doesn't suck. Last week, I showed you my initial results: 3 pounds down, better recovery scores, improved mental clarity. But what does this actually look like day to day? This is the reality of eating whole foods as a busy dad and dietitian. The good, the challenging, and everything in between. So welcome back to my channel, boys and girls. My name is Andres Ayesta. I'm a registered dietitian and I coach and help high performers perform even higher in life through personalized coaching and guidance. There's a lot to cover today, so grab some coffee just like I did as I'm sitting in a coffee shop and follow me through what a complete day of whole foods eating actually look like. Good morning. I'm speaking super low because I don't want to wake up my family. It's about 4:30 in the morning. Woke up about 4. I'm all ready to go. But yeah, this is day 12 of my whole foods to carnivore experiment. And I just want to walk you through what my day looks like on a day like this. And it's pretty similar to when I'm not doing whole foods, but I'm going to walk you through everything. So follow along. So the day starts typically 4 o'clock in the morning on the dot. Sometimes I work out in the morning. Sometimes I don't. Today I'm actually going to because I have a busy afternoon and I don't have time to do it in the afternoon. So that's the changes that I'm going to be making. Started with a glass of water. I'm going to get a little bit of coffee because that's the only caffeine I'm doing. I'm not doing any type of pre-workouts or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead also. I'm going to be checking my Whoop, which I'm going to do here on the table so you can watch me do this. And I'm going to be looking at the metrics that I got this morning and see where it goes from there. I already kind of got on the scale. It looks like today I'm 174.14, which is exactly the same weight that I was at yesterday. Currently 5 to 6 pound-ish less than where I started. So let's go ahead and get things ready and we'll see you guys at the gym. Okay, actually, before we head to the gym, I'm using collected data in the morning. So this is where I'm writing all my stuff. So this morning looks like I was around 64% recovery on my Whoop. And my morning resting heart rate was 43 and my HRV was 51, which is about very similar to what it was. I typically rate my hunger levels, also my energy and my mood. And that's the first thing that I check in the morning. Today, I think my hunger, I don't necessarily feel hungry. I don't usually do it this time of the day. So I'm going to put this as a 3. And then I think my energy, I think that's actually pretty good, especially because I'm walking to this today. So we're going to say an 8. Mood-wise, I'm super happy, not super sad. So I think I'm probably at a 7. So now we got this part down, and then the rest of it, we usually do it at night, which you'll see today. So now we can head to the gym. Let's go. All right, for the gym, the warm-up is over. We're about to get a upper body workout done. I'll walk you through some of my routines, nothing crazy. My workout is not super structured. I just want to try to get some good movement in. And right now, I don't have any specific goals as far as body composition, rather than assessing just how my body feels throughout this whole entire experiment. Okay, so sometimes I do CrossFit, sometimes I do conventional gym, regular bodybuilding, a little bit of a hybrid process. So we're going to walk you through everything, how I feel, performance, and everything else, and kind of walk you through some insights that I've had through this experiment so far, which is actually going to be pretty cool. So let's head over inside of it, got my workout done, and let's get to it. Okay, so I wonder what I listen to when I'm actually working out like this. I'm listening to System Down, so all these YouTube parts, stuff like that. All right, so we're doing 4 sets of 5 dumbbell press or bench press alternating. Strength is still pretty good throughout this process, so big lifts is definitely hurt a little bit, so definitely has not been a response to see that, but I expect that. In the calories, definitely harsh. Technique is only maintains like a lot of my energy, so that's one thing that's certainly noticed. But overall, cardiovascular hasn't showed too bad, but I'm doing like 85s, 90s on the dumbbell with my chest strength. So feeling pretty good today. Definitely taking over coffee and Tapsui in the background. I think he was wrong today. So we're go wrong to this. All right, we're an hour workout. We're done. So in the palm, pretty good. See insides, almost strength on my shoulder presses, which was kind of nice. Definitely felt pretty good. Ready to get the routine started. About to go home, swap roles with my wife since her son's probably up already, and get on with the day. Let's get out of here. Okay, so now it's time to plan for the day, specifically food. So what I'll do is I'll go on, like I'm going to show you right here, and we're going to start planning my entire day. If I don't do that, things typically kind of fall off the rails because it's hard for me to stick to a calorie macronutrient target, particularly my protein, if I don't plan ahead, which is why it's actually one of the most important things that I got to do. So I always start with what I really want to have today in mind. Today is Friday. I'm going to have my pizzas on Fridays. It's going to be a Whole Foods version, which I'm going to walk you through later today. And I want to make sure that it fits. So I'll start with that. And then I'll work my way back into what my breakfast is going to look like and also what my lunch and my snacks are going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and do the planning. You're going to see it in here as I go through that process. And then what's next? I'm going to go in the shower, get ready for the day. And then I'm going to come to the kitchen and prep my breakfast and get ready to head to work and run my business. So we'll see you in a little bit. So one of the things that I usually do with every meal that I have, but particularly throughout like the entire Whole Foods process, is like finding a way to add vegetables and more or some form of color into everything that I'm eating. So in this case, and by the way, this is a great hack. I use scissors for everything in the kitchen. I don't use knives. This is exactly how I'm adding a little bit of extra color into my meal to enhance the flavor, to add a little bit more micronutrients into here. All right, so time to have breakfast. I'm all settled down. This is probably about a 500 calorie breakfast. I already pre-planned it. I made a few adjustments and changes into it and about to dig in. And honestly, at this point, this is my post-workout recovery essentially because I haven't had anything to eat yet. I'm not doing any protein powders, no protein bars, nothing like that. So it's a pretty higher protein meal and I'm about to dig into this. Next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to get ready to work and I'm going to get ready to do all the things that I, do in my typical routine, pack my lunch and get ready to go. We'll see you soon. I'm in my home office before I head to the co-working space. I like to work out on Fridays. And what I like to do here is just essentially try to get myself situated in terms of what I'm going to be planning on working on today. What's interesting about this diet process so far is the fact that my energy has been very stable on lower caffeine. And the reason I'm not drinking as much caffeine is because I'm not adding any sweeteners to it. And it's been a bit of an acquired taste to drink black coffee without anything in it. But I'm getting used to it. With that said, I'm not drinking as much coffee as I was. And my energy has been pretty stable. It's been honestly higher than it used to be. And I think that's honestly something very unique and something very cool about this process, particularly being on Whole Foods only. So I'm going to do a little bit of planning. And then after this, we're going to head over to the place that I usually go on Fridays, and I'll keep walking you through everything that I'm doing. I had to make a stop because energy started to actually drop a little bit. So it's time for me to get a little bit of caffeine. This is my go-to order. Black, cold brew, nothing in it, straight up. Let's get to work. All right, so it's lunchtime. You saw me prepare this. So let me tell you a little bit about my thought process for this. I made a salad. There's not a whole lot of carbohydrates in here. There's an apple. That's the only kind of carb. Well, there is carbs in here, just not starches. And the reason for me doing this today specifically, it's because I want to have a higher calorie dinner. I want to allow myself to make my sweet potato based pizza crust tonight. So this is the way that I budget for that through the day so I can maintain some form of caloric balance in terms of that. So this meal has chicken thighs, spinach, has vegetables, a little bit of lime for flavoring, avocados. Honestly, it's most likely going to hold me up for the whole entire afternoon. It's about 1:30 p.m. right now. A little bit of the extra fiber from the apple is also going to help me do this. And I purposely drink sparkling water because it also helps me fill up. This meal right here, it's most likely, I don't know, I'm going to put the calories on the screen because I already calculated this already. But I would imagine it's probably no more than 500 calories altogether. And I'm excited for this. Energy feels good. Had a pretty good work day. Definitely get a bit of energy slump. Coffee fix that. Then we're going to go on to a couple more hours of work for today before we head over to Orlando tonight to visit the in-laws and for my son to actually go see his grandparents. I keep walking you through the rest of the day as we go through this process. So let me eat real quick and we'll get into the next section of today. This is actually pretty good. Okay, that meal definitely satisfied me. I'm at around a 7 out of 10 in level of fullness. Still have room for my apple. Still have a little bit of sparkling water left. So let's get to work and we'll see you in the next section. I will tell you one of the things though about this entire experiment, it's been the cravings have significantly lower for me. Like literally eating a lunch without something sweet afterwards, it's something that never happened. So that's definitely something that I have gotten used to it, and it's built into a good habit for me, which I'm pretty excited about. So just thought I would share that as well. Okay, not gonna lie, my energy right now, it's not great. I am exhausted. I can't even fall asleep, and I'm not even trying or testing any type of caffeine right now. So I'm gonna have an apple and see how it goes. Just wanted to give you a quick update mid-afternoon. It is almost 4:30 p.m. I'm about to head home. Work day is over. Honestly, this afternoon was a little bit tough. Energy was a little bit low. Maybe it's just because it's Friday, but definitely kind of hit me unexpectedly a little bit. But we got some stuff done. Some deals were made, and we're gonna head home, start our little Friday night routine, and then head to Orlando around 8 o'clock tonight. So let's get going. I'm back in my house and it's about to be dinner time, and it's Friday, and in this house every Friday we eat pizza. Obviously, when I transitioned to a whole foods approach, this has definitely been one of the most difficult things, but I figured out a way to make it tasty. So I'm going to be walking you very quickly through the process of making a sweet potato based crust and how I'm making the pizza. And this time we're going to be using chicken and some sauce I already made before this, so then I can walk you through how we make pizza night in this household, at least for me, when we're eating strictly whole foods and this whole foods experiment. Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick the ingredients, the way that we're going to be making this pizza real quick, just so you can see. First, we're going to be using some this has been some sweet potatoes that we already smashed and cooked. We have a couple of different eggs in here we're going to be using. We're going to do oat flour, some baking powder. Yes, I know this is processed, but making some exceptions, some oregano, salt, and paprika. We're going to make the crust first, and then after that, we're going to have the toppings, and that's pretty much what we're going to do to call it a day today. I'm going to be giving you a walkthrough on my overall calorie intake, kind of overall thoughts in terms of this process, and ultimately what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it up for the day. So I'm hoping that you have enjoyed so far the way that my day looks like as I'm going through this whole foods experiment so far. Dinner is served. Let's see how these taste. Better than last week. It's good. All right, guys. So it's almost 8 o'clock. This is going to be my last video for tonight. I just did my review. We're about to leave to Orlando, and I don't plan to eat anything else more so than a piece of dark chocolate. I redid all my notes, and today was a pretty good day. I had a bit of a dip of energy at some point in the afternoon, but nothing crazy. Just kind of felt a little bit weird. I am taking a medication just for something different, and I think because I didn't take it yesterday, I think that's probably what caused that. So a quick review of today, just to kind of walk you through it. Had a strain of about 10.9 on my Whoop. I burned about 2,100 calories, considering I'm going to burn a little bit more, the rest of tonight. And then I consumed about 2,200 calories, so a little bit higher than my typical number. But I do this on purpose on Fridays because I train really hard on Saturdays and I don't want to feel deprived. Got about 179 grams of protein out of my 175 grams so far, and honestly kind of hit most things on the mark, which was really, really good to see. 10,000 steps in. So overall, felt pretty good today, with just that exception of the energy slump that I got tonight. Honestly, had a really good time doing this, and I'm excited for what comes next in this experiment. I'm looking for week number 3, but you tell me, what are you expecting to see through that process so I can walk you through what's going on. So thank you so much. I think my son wants to say hello. Mamá decir hola. So say bye-bye. Bye-bye. We'll see you in the conclusion here in a second, and we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you next week. And that is a wrap for today, guys. Thank you so much for going through this day with me. Maybe this video was a little bit longer than anticipated. It is the first time I do a day in a live video. So if you're a subscriber and you enjoyed or didn't enjoy this format, please let me know so I know what to do or what to put together for you guys. We're halfway through the whole foods tracked segment of this experiment. We have 2 weeks to go before we retest again. And then 2 weeks of untracked whole foods followed by a 2-week washout period where I'm going to be eating like I was before Whole30. Then the other part of the fun begins, which is the carnivore diet. Now, if you want to find out exactly what happens next, hit subscribe for week 3 updates and follow my daily stories on Instagram at Andres Ayesta. If you want to do your own whole foods transformation, there's a free coaching call link in there to explain exactly how it all works. See you guys next week.